Welcome back to Adri's Farmhouse Kitchen. Today, another cooking day and a big delivery. So I'm just gonna tell you what I'm gonna cook for dinner, and then we're gonna go to the barn and I'll show you when I received a quarter of a cow of a local farmer. We're gonna go through all the cuts and then we're going to put it in a commercial freezer. So today we are going to make steak and chips. So this is I think we picked the sirloin. Wrong. I think it's a sirloin steak. So today's dinner is steak and chips. So local farmers meat, homegrown peas, shallots from last year, potatoes, salad from the garden with honey mustard sauce. I'm also making a steak sauce. I've got all the ingredients ready. We're gonna use apple cider vinegar, what we've made last year, fermented hot sauce that we made last year, tomato puree, salt and pepper, Worcestershire sauce and some mustard. And that's it. Also, look at this beautiful cheese. I've made a first cheese of the season after I've started milking Juniper. So this is amazing. Right, let's go and see the delivery of the cow, and then we come back and we're gonna make dinner. So if you're interested, you are welcome. Let's go watch the vlog, friends. The fridge just came on, so I hope you can hear me. We are in the barn where I keep my commercial freezer with all our home produce and all the meat, and I've got a spare fridge in here as well. But I have got 2 boxes here. I cannot wait to show you. I have just received a quarter of a cow order from our local farmer. He just dropped it off, and I just want to show you. Let's discover together what's in this box. Right. Oh wow! What I like already, that it says what's on it. That is amazing. Because you know the last time we've had a lamb delivered and a goat, I didn't know which was which part, but oh wow. So I'm gonna go and wipe this top, and then I would like to just organize this in groups. I think I'm just gonna put this in a freezer. I found this little plastic container. So I've put some newspaper in there, and I would like to separate the meat parts. So let's say the rump steak can go in here, like that. So I'll put the fillet steak in there. The sirloin can go here. I really would like a steak and chips. I don't blame him. Raisin steak. Right, I might use this one. Raisin steak. I'll put that with the sirloin here. One more sirloin. Ah, the fridge is off. That's brilliant. So, and the rest, we've got the rib, brisket. So I'm gonna put the brisket here. Chuck roast. Some fillet steak. Silver side. Silver side. I am loving this. Top side. All 3. This is top side now. So what I'm gonna do wow. Right. And this we can put straight. I'm gonna ask Al's help. Oh, you didn't see me. Just done there. To put this in a freezer. And I'm just gonna choose. Sirloin steak. You can take to the house. And you can make steak and chips tonight. Right, so I have got to organise all these now. So we can put the chuck roast, silver side, and the brisket. It's in this box. Can go to the back. And the next is the rib top side. Can go so heavy next to it like that. And the fillet steak and the rump steak can go on the top. And also the sirloin and the braising can go on top of that. Perfect. And this is our cow's order I'm so excited about. Look. Right, don't worry. Oh, leave this freezer open too long. But now we have got the cow is here, quarter of a cow. We still got the venison in here. These are that's the lamb, goat, turkey and chicken. And these are the mushroom and stuff in there, and vegetable stock, chili. And then we've got another box. It's like Christmas. Oh wow! The mince and the dice. I love it. Minced beef and a stewing steak. Oh wow! This is amazing. Right. I am going to put this as well to the freezer, as it is, friends. I am ready to make dinner. So I have just peeled and chopped and washed the potatoes. Next, I'm going to add some extra virgin olive oil on it. And we're gonna season it with Anna and Clara's barbecue seasoning. I've got a shop in my local town centre, shopping centre, that sells these spices, and I bought a couple, and I really like this one actually on the chips. So I'm just gonna give a good mix. I'm gonna add just a little bit of pepper and salt. And this can go in an active fry in a minute. I don't want to turn it on because you won't be able to hear me, because the active fry is a little bit loud. So just keep everything going, and then I'll tell you what's happening next and so on, and then I'll turn it on because it takes about 25 minutes for this amount to get ready. So I've got, let's just show you actually first. This is like a red Russian kale, but it's called, I think, the cottager's kale from She Grows Veg. And then we've got another one. This is the ivory something kale. So we've got two different varieties of kale and two different varieties of lettuces in here. I'm just gonna make like a quick side salad with. I'm just gonna take this off from the stem because the stem can be a bit tough. And I'm using the honey mustard dressing on the top. And this is gonna come together really quick. So I'm just gonna chop this, put it in a bowl, pour the sauce or the dressing over, and that's ready. I'm also, because we've already got some peas shelled in the fridge, I'm just gonna boil probably about only for a few minutes. I don't wanna lose that lovely color, so I'm just literally gonna season it with a little bit of salt, water, and that can go on the stove for a few minutes. I've got some shallots peeled and chopped as well. And next I would like to season these lovely steaks, but literally about an hour ago it's been delivered to me by a local farmer. And I have received about 40 kilograms of cow's meat, and I paid £500 for it. So if you do the maths, it literally comes to about £12.50 per kilogram. So this is about just over half a kilogram, these two pieces of sirloin. So if you divide this to two, honestly, it comes up to £3 each. So if it's a kilogram, £12 a kilogram, and this is half a kilogram at £6, that would make £3 for this absolutely beautiful, you know, the farmer lives very close to me, so I know this cow's been raised, you know, up really healthy. So this is just absolutely amazing. I just put some water in this piece. I think I'm gonna do this first because I will need this stove. I've got lard in a frying pan. I think I'm gonna go to fry this in a lard. Right, so a little bit of black pepper and salt. I think I'm going to put a little bit of this seasoning, the barbecue seasoning, not much, just literally a little bit. And some extra virgin olive oil. And I've just washed my hands, so I'm going to massage this real well. And when the chips is about halfway through cooking, then I'm going to start cooking, frying these lovely sirloin steaks, friends. So that's done. I'm just going to add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil to the salad and some of the honey mustard dressing. And give it a good mix and set this aside. Maybe add a little bit of salt, not too much, just a little bit, like literally a sprinkle of salt. And that's done as well, friends. Right, next thing what I would like to do, just get that little bit of lovely oil to this shallot. I think I'm going to fry the shallot with a steak. That was lucky. I think that's done now. The pea is done. I'm gonna melt the lard, put the onions in the shallots and then the steak. And before just turn the active fryer on with the chips, I just quickly want to make the steak sauce. So I have decided to use the following ingredients to make the steak sauce. So I have got puree. Sounds delicious. The fermented hot sauce, what we've made last year. Make it a little bit spicy. The apple cider vinegar, a little bit of olive oil, Worcestershire sauce. We're gonna put a little bit of salt and pepper and garlic powder in it. And that is gonna be delicious. And what I have already got in this little dish, I got about a tablespoon of mustard. So mustard, teaspoons of garlic powder, sprinkle of crushed peppercorn, sprinkle of salt, a little bit of apple cider vinegar, a little bit of olive oil, Worcestershire sauce, a little bit of fermented hot sauce, not too much, and the tomato puree. About a good heaped tablespoons of that. And just give it a good mix, have a taste test, and we're ready to go, friends. And I'm going to show you in the end how well everything turned out. I think I'm gonna grab a whisk. Whisk this one, not a smooth texture. Okay, let's have a taste test. Ooh, nice. That is still a bit spicy, but it's delicious. I have got the washing out and it's been raining all day on and off. So now I've just heated up on low heat the lard and we're going to saute the shallots in it. And at this point, now I'm going to turn on the active fry. So dinner is served. We've got sirloin steak with steak sauce, homemade mayonnaise, mixed salad, lettuces with honey and mustard dressing, homegrown chips and peas. Look how lovely this looks, friends. Enjoy! It is the next day, and today I have decided to do goat's cheese and couple of bread, sandwich bread. So I'm using 2 bowls to make the bread, and it's gonna be a sourdough yeasted sandwich bread, and I'm making from 5-liter goat's milk a cheese. So I'm aiming to a similar kind of cheese like what I have just made a few days ago, and we have tried it and it's delicious. So I am at the moment heating up the milk to about, I'm aiming to about 90-ish degrees Fahrenheit, and as soon as it comes up to temperature I am going to put about half a cup of cream to the milk, let it culture for a bit, about 20 minutes before I'm going to put the animal rennet. I'm only gonna use about maybe a couple of mil of rennet, up to 2 mil, and this will keep me busy for a couple of hours. So in my bread I'm gonna use, I've already measured out 400 ml of goat's milk. To this I'm gonna add honey and active dry yeast. I'm using the high activity instant dry yeast. I am using exactly the same recipe I've used in the last vlog, so if you're interested you can go and have a look. Also I'm gonna put butter, what else? Sourdough starter, active dry yeast, honey, bread flour, milk, salt and butter, yeah. And I've called it country bun. Alright, first things first, I'm just gonna weigh out the bread flour. So I put the ball on my scale, put it on 0, it's on kilogram, let me change it to gram, and today I'm going to sieve through the milk. I just need to keep the flour. I just need to keep my eye on the milk because I don't want to overheat this too much. And I think we are now very close to temperature. 86, 87, 88. I've just turned the cooker off now. The residual heat will now heat up this pan to 90 degrees Fahrenheit, and soon I'm at 90 degrees, 89. I'm just going to add this little bit of the cream to it. Put the lid on and just leave it to it for about 20 minutes. 89.5, 90, perfect. Okay, just give this a good stir, and that's it. So we aiming to 550 grams. I'm making 2. I'm gonna make one with milk and one with water. The reason is because I've just used up most of the milk now to make the cheese, and I actually need quite a bit, 400 grams about. Milk to make this bread, and I've still got half a liter actually or something left, but I just want to keep that for coffees and stuff. Although it's about 9:30 in the morning now, in the afternoon we're going to milk Juniper again. Okay, so 556, that'll do. And then I'm just going to do exactly the same. Zero it out to this other bowl. I don't always sieve, but today I've got a time, so I thought I'm gonna sieve the flour, the bread flour. And the next step, I'm just gonna go and get the rennet out of the fridge, and about in a cup of well water I'm gonna use the rennet, and I'll show you how I do that if you're interested. The weather is now getting warmer. Not too warm though, but it's lovely. I need to go out at some point to pick the peas. We've got so many peas, friends. I'm already thinking about preserving it. Peas is low acid food, so if I would like to can peas, I need to use my pressure canner. And you know what? I need to find my pressure canner first. I don't even know where it is at the moment. I've got a warmish, more like lukewarm than warm, 400 ml water, well water. To this I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of active dry yeast. Give it a good mix, and I'm gonna leave this just behind me on a cooker while it's nice and warm because it's on, until it activates. And I'm gonna do the same with the milk, and as soon that's done, then I'm going to add the sourdough starter. I'm aiming about 170 grams to each, with 2 tablespoons of runny honey. Just like that. And then we do the same to the milk. It's a little bit too hot, so I'm going to wait a second. While we're waiting on that, we can do the rennet, because our milk is now ready. So we're aiming to 1.5 ml. Yeah, it's just 1/4 teaspoon rennet. Give that a good mix in our water, and I'm just going to pour this to the milk and give it a very good mix. For about a minute, and then stop the motion and cover it and let it set for about, I'm gonna probably leave it for about 40 minutes. Okay, our milk now it's cooled down, perfect temperature. So again, just give a little mix, cover it and leave it for about 15 minutes until this active dry yeast dehydrates completely and puffs up nicely. And then we're going to add, I'm using our Apery's raw honey, maybe about 2 tablespoons-ish to each, and the sourdough starter. I've just been out picking peas, and I've managed to pick this much. Wow! So that will go to the zippy bag in a minute. But now we are ready to do the next step on our bread making project. So the yeast is activated, looking amazing. So now I'm going to put the sourdough starter. I'm gonna weigh, because I'm just curious how much you've got in here. Go to gram. Okay. And aiming to about 170 grams. Okay, that's exactly 169. Perfect. And we do the same to the other one. And to both of these, I'm also going to add 2 tablespoons of honey. 0. Aiming to the same. I like to leave a little bit so I can make a new batch. $150. A bit more. I think that's it. 154. That's all I have. It's perfect. And to this we're gonna add the honey and give it a good stir, and again I'm gonna leave it to it for a little bit. So that's about 2 cups. And same to this one. Oh, lovely raw honey. I still haven't done the bee inspection. Not sure if I'm gonna have time today to do it. Give this a good mix so everything nicely cooperates. And put it back on the stove. It's off, but it's still warm. Cover this back up and do the next step. We're going to add, the next step is going to be the adding the flour, 2 teaspoons of pink Himalayan salt, 2 tablespoons of butter, and I think that's it, friends. Okay, the next step on our making the cheese, the goat's cheese, it's cut in. They are nicely separated now. You see the way? So I'm aiming for about 1/2 inch to 1 inch cuts all the way. We're gonna do horizontal and vertical cuts. In these curves. And then we're gonna wait about 15 minutes again until heal the curd, and then we're going to heat this up to 100 degrees Fahrenheit within 30 minutes, and nice and slow. Oh wow! I'm definitely ready to do the next step with the bread. Okay. Look at this, friends. So our next step is now to add. I'm drinking whey here. Got some coffee left as well. We're going to add to the 550 grams of bread flour the sourdough starter, milk, honey, and the yeast. Oh wow, I think we're definitely gonna need a bigger bowl. I can just see this growing so quick, double in size. Right, to this I'm just gonna eyeball. We're gonna add about 2 tablespoons of soft room temperature butter, and I'm just gonna go with it with my hands and make a nice sticky dough. And then we just cover this back up with shower cap and leave it to it until it doubles in size, and then we can make our mind up then if you would like to make buns or like a baguette size or bread. I think I'm gonna go with 1 bread, maybe, I'm just changed my mind, and 1 maybe buns, because we only got 1 bun left from the ones I've made not long ago, friends. Okay, and then gradually I'm adding 2 teaspoons of pink Himalayan salt to this. And at this point I could have added some herbs, or garlic or onion powder or any flavorings you and your family prefer. Right, and what I'm actually gonna do now, I'm gonna put this to my KitchenAid and let the KitchenAid do the hard work for us. And very gently, I've turned it on for 3. At the moment it's very delicate, so we're just doing some additional cuts, aiming to that 1/2 inch curds. Very gently. This will take 30 minutes. And very slowly we'll bring this up to a 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So at the moment I'm on 85, 84. So I set my alarm. I am bang on 100 degrees Fahrenheit. It's gone up 101 now, so I'm just going to remove this. I've already turned it off, and this is now ready. So I'm just going to leave this here until the curd settles on the bottom of the dish, and I'm going to dip the cheesecloth to the whey so it won't stick to our cheese, and basically that's it. I'm gonna keep some of the whey behind, keep it in a fridge. It's very good cooking with, make rice, pasta, or just drink it as it is, as I've just done earlier. And the only things left to do now to add, I'm gonna add about tablespoons of pink Himalayan salt to this. Although now doubled in size, so I am ready to shape these to buns. So I'm gonna put the bread pan aside. I'll do this with the next one. And I'm just going to oil my hands. It's just easier to work with the dough. Punch the dough down, and I'm just literally going to take this out and shape it. I think they're gonna go out. I tried to make it smaller than the last time. It came out massive. I have wrapped the cheese in a cheesecloth, and I've just used a wooden spoon, and I'm gonna leave that in here overnight and drip in that pot, and tomorrow we can unwrap it and we've got our goat cheese. Look at these buns. To be honest, friends, I had to separate the other one and make 2 because it's, oh, I should have really videoed it. You would not believe it. It's gone over so much. Right, I'm just gonna give this an egg wash. I preheated the oven maximum, but I will turn it down to about 170 degrees Celsius. And I'm going to bake these buns for about half an hour before we put the bread in. So I'm just gonna give them a gentle egg wash. Will give a lovely color and gloss. It's a lovely day out there today. Really nice. I'm just gonna go and check on the animals. I think I'm gonna shell those peas. 2.5 kilograms I've picked today. So I am actually need to find my pressure canner, because I think I would like to pressure can those lovely homegrown peas, friends. Okay, this is now ready. I am ready to take the buns out and put this beautiful bread in the oven. Just before we do that, I'm just gonna give them a quick egg wash, and I'm just decorating it with poppy seed and freeze-dried strawberry bits. Just sprinkle it all over, and a bit of freeze-dried strawberry bits, just like that. And we just do a switcheroo. Wow! Look at these lovely buns. Again, half an hour in 170 degrees Celsius oven. Cannot wait! Well, time is up. Let's have a look at the bread. Oh, looking amazing. I'll give another 5 minutes. We have got, look, all the bread and the buns ready. Look how soft this is. Wow, this is amazing, honestly, guys. So yummy. Well, thank you so much for spending time with me today in the kitchen. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoy making this kind of recipes, especially when it turns out right. It's very encouraging. Next couple of vlogs is gonna be about more gardening. Probably I do some more garden tours, harvesting. So if you're interested, you are welcome. But for now, bye friends.